Hey y'all, it's GojiberryTerri today, and I am off of my Juice Fast Feast solid food vacation, and I'm back in the raw chef business. And this is one of my most asked for recipes. It's my famous chocolate mousse. Now I've tweaked it a little bit because I used to make it with things that I found out that were not so great. So this is kind of my new 2017 celebration chocolate mousse recipe. I may put a little bit, some people like a little bit of maca in it to make it more of a milk chocolate. We may do a dark chocolate to start, and I'm going to let Ryan, Radish Ryan's here on the camera, my videographer, and I may let him taste it, see what he thinks, if he likes the dark better. These are my mashed avocados that we're going to use in place of cream and butter and cheese and all the animal products that we're so used to seeing in chocolate mousse. But first we're going to start off with 5 to 7 pitted dates, and I'm going to use a mini prep Cuisinart. This recipe makes enough for quite a bit, honestly, especially for someone that's eating all raw. And what we're going to do is chop that, blend those up, and then add a little bit. This is the water that I soaked them in. You soak your dates for about 30 minutes minimum. And you kind of put a little water in there to keep things moving. I use a little mini, let's see, where is it? Spatula to kind of push them down in there. That's your dates. Now you got to make sure you pit them, take the pits out. After you get your dates going, and get them kind of chopped up. Yeah, just kind of get them mushed up a little bit. Then we're going to pour in 1/4 cup of coconut nectar. That's one of my sweeteners that I like. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put a teaspoon of ground up Madagascar vanilla bean. And I grind it up in a, oh, that vanilla bean, you got to have that, makes it in a coffee bean grinder. This is a Crump's coffee bean grinder, or my Magic Bullet nut grinder that I've had for years. I'll use that. Now I'm also going to add some maple syrup. I like them super, my chocolate mousse super sweet. Oh, this is a new bottle. I've got to take the little label doohickey off. This is organic, 100% pure maple syrup from Canada, and it's dark, and it's grade A, previously grade B, whatever that means. But we're going to put 1/4 cup of that in there, and then that's the rest of my sweeteners. So you got your dates, you got your coconut nectar. Blend that up, a little bit more water from the soaked dates. You can use about 1/4 cup or whatever. And I add a little depending on how thick I want my mousse. We got our vanilla bean in there. We got our dates. We got our syrup. And we got our coconut nectar. And all of those have very wonderful health benefits, as well as, oh, they're so yummy. It tastes so good. So sweet. All right, now we're going to put our avocado. And this is about 1½ medium size avocados. See, I've got a half over here because I've used 1½ or 3/4 cup. You put your avocado in there like so. All right, so that's your cream, that's your oil, that's your butter, that's your plant-based cream and butter. Now we're going to chop that up. And then we're going to add our cacao, or you could use, this is carob. If you don't want the theobromine, carob is another chocolatey type of flavor. It's a little bit different flavor. I like it real well. Some people don't like it, but it has more of a milk chocolatey kind of taste to it. So we're going to put about 1/4 cup of chocolate cacao in there now to make our chocolate mousse. But we still have some syrup in here, so I'm going to get that out. You know what? I think I'll use a different I don't want it to stick to that syrup. So I'll use a different measuring cup. Let's see, I've got one up here. 1/4 of a cup would be right there. So we'll put a 1/4 of a cup of cacao, as they call it in South America, where it comes from. We'll put about a 1/4 of a cup. Yep, that's about right. After we blend this a little bit more, because see, that avocado needs to be a little more creamier. I use the little mini Cuisinart because I'm not making a huge lot. Now, if I was making a bunch for a big party, I'd use my 14 cup processor. You want to make it real creamy, kind of blend it until it's creamy. See, it's kind of creamy in there now. And then we're going to add the chocolate or the cacao and put that all around. And we may add a little bit more of that soaked date water because that'll help thin it out just a little bit. Okay, there's all your cacao. Now we're going to blend it up again. And I do the chop and the grind in this little mini prep. Kind of go both ways with it. Get it nice and creamy, and then I take the little spatula and kind of scrape down the sides again and kind of cream it in there. See how chocolatey and yummy it's looking? Now that's dark chocolate. If we want to make it light chocolate, more milk chocolate, we can add some maca, which is a fabulous superfood. I want to talk about maca quite a bit when I'm doing my recipes because I am a huge fan of maca. And people are going, well, what the heck is maca? That's a question for question and answer time, Ryan. Okay? Can you hear me, Ryan? Mm-hmm. You there, Ryan? Yeah, Ryan's here. Just making sure. He's really getting into this. Oh my gosh. This is already tasting yummy. It's been so long since I've had this. I don't eat a whole lot of cacao anymore because I have so much energy. My biophotons are so pumped up from juicing and from cleaning out my pipe. That too much of it, and I'm climbing the walls. I already have tons of energy already. Well, you can imagine what theobromine does to me. Theobromine is much like caffeine, and I'm already yickety, yeah, busy going. Okay, so now we've made it even creamier. Now we want to thin it out just a tad, and you can put, like I said, up to a 1/4 of a cup. And it's still going to have that creamy, moussey, see, look, thick texture to it. So we're going to put the thing back on there, blend a little bit more. Now what I usually do, I love to put my chocolate mousse, I'm going to cream this up just a little bit more, and we're going to come back. Because what I do is I take and clean this heart-shaped bowl up. I'm going to eat this avocado, so yummy. And we're going to clean this up, and I'm going to put my chocolate mousse in there and make a cute little Gojiberry smiley face. You know, that's kind of my signature. I'm GojiberryTerri. So, anyway, for right now, we're done. I'm going to cream this up a little bit more, and then we're going to come back and show you guys what we do with the chocolate mousse here in a minute. Okay? Does that sound good, Ryan?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to let Ryan taste it. Do I have chocolate mousse all over my face?
No.
Oh, I've been testing it. Can't wait to try this with my goodies. Anyway, we'll be back in just a minute with chocolate mousse part 2, and we might even add a little maca to it if Ryan wants to, but we'll catch you on the fly on the next video on this one. So for the moment, namaste, peace. We'll see you in a minute.